is it called overlanding if you're on a boat? If this is your first time here, we're Eric and Brittany Highland, and along with our 8-year-old son Caspian, we're attempting to drive around the entire world in our home, a Jeep Gladiator we call Dauntless. Our goal at Hourless Life is to give you a first-person point of view so that you feel like you're actually with us on this incredible journey, and we'd love to take you around the world with us, so please take a moment to like, subscribe, do all the things, and join us on this amazing adventure. In our last video, we took you with us down the southern half of one of the world's most amazing roads, the Carretera Austral in Chilean Patagonia. We also went on an epic boat ride through the Marble Caves, which is a world-class destination, and then we made the decision to head to Caleta Yungay in the hopes of getting on a ferry that we did not have tickets for. Things were really up in the air for us at this point, and we kind of left that video on a cliffhanger. If you missed that video and would like to check it out, we'll link it right here. In today's video, we leave Caleta Yungay and head south through the fjords of southern Chile all the way to Puerto Natales. From there, we make our way to Punta Arenas and then on to Cerro Sombrero, which is our launching point for our trip to the end of the world. As we begin this leg of our journey, it was unclear to us if we were actually going to get onto the ferry that we didn't have tickets for, or if we'd have to take a several thousand-mile detour instead. And rather than tell you what happened, we'll just show you. So grab your favorite snack, let's get started. We're at the port of Caleta Yungay, talking with officials, hoping that they let us onto the ferry.
Eric is here now with the 2 officials, getting all the information for the Jeep.
They just measured Dauntless 5.7 meters long. And they said, take this document and your document for the vehicle. And I said, which one? The one that allows me to be in Chile? He said, no, like the title. Take that, walk down to the ferry and pay. So we got our paper. We got to walk over here to this boat and take this paper with our title. And apparently we pay over there. So that's where I'm headed. This is really official. You got to cross under all these ropes, also called lines. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Basically, took our title down there and took the little form that the guy gave me, stood in the line that's there behind me, went to the office, and paid for our vehicle to get on the ferry. I did learn we're all gonna have to back onto the ferry. That's just the way they have it set up. We're gonna back on here eventually at around 5 p.m., but that's what's going on. We'll be on our way soon.
Is it just me, or does Eric have some swagger to his step? What?
We did it. The vehicle's on the ferry.
Oh.
So we still have to pay for ourselves.
Okay.
And apparently we go to the first stop.
Oh, really?
The ferry goes to, but the vehicle is paid for and we're getting on the ferry.
I can't believe this worked out.
This is booked how far in advance right now?
As of January 14th, it was booked until March 14th.
And we literally drove here today.
Well, and I wish that I could say that anybody could do this, but I think the chances of other people doing this are probably pretty low. I'm sure it happens. We've heard that it happens, but you know how Latin America is. It works on one day and it doesn't work on another day, and we just happened to be here on the day that it worked, which I'm so thankful.
Yeah, we are praising God and super thankful, and this saves us, what, 16 hours of driving?
Yeah, but not only that, we get the experience. It's not just
agreed.
like the negative that we avoid, it's the positive that we earn.
And we're going to get a beautiful ride through the fjords here, and then it's going to dump us out in Puerto Natales, which is 3 hours away from Punta Arenas.
Which is where our parts are.
Which is where our parts are.
Here we go, backing onto the ferry. From Caleta Yungay all the way to Puerto Natales, our miracle ferry boarding.
It looks like we are on the ferry. We're locked in place. This is where we're going to stay. We're leaning 3 degrees to the driver's side, but it's all good. We're on the ferry, and that is huge. We actually left the port because another ferry was coming in, and during that time, they lashed Dauntless down and the other vehicles down, and we're right here. There are seats up there where you can enjoy the fjords. Inside, it kind of looks like more like a bus.
Yeah.
Like a really nice bus,
yeah,
right?
Or a nice ferry.
Or yeah. But I'm just trying to compare it to something that they can understand.
Yeah, I mean, not like an airplane. Probably more like a spacious bus.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something like that.
It's its own thing.
This is the last chance I'm going to get a video like this of Dauntless on the ferry, because we're pulling back in to pick up some more travelers. Right now, they're all getting ready to back on here and join us. Super thankful for the crew here that allowed us to open up the tent. We'll be sleeping in there, and gave us space enough in the back to open up our door so we can access everything and we can get into our fridge. All the things, Brittany.
All the things.
Here come the Overlanders! Woo! Could you have any more solar? Look at that. They're out of control and awesome.
Such a cool rig.
Yeah. We're on a boat.
Guys, we did it. We made it on the big ferry.
This is unbelievable. The way this whole thing went down was crazy. We've explained a little bit of it. We're going to give you the overview story though. So essentially about 5.5 hours north of here, there is a turnoff that goes to Chile Chico, which is the land way to get to Punta Arenas.
The end of the Carretera Austral is a dead end.
Yes.
So the road ends. There's nowhere else to go.
So this is called Caleta Yungay, and that's where we are now. We thought it was going to be a town.
And we did. There's nothing here.
Mm-mm.
There's a tiny mini market with bathrooms and an office that's not open and a dock.
So a closed office to the ferry officials, who are the folks we wanted to talk to because we wanted to see if we could get on standby. And we'd heard multiple rumors. Some people said that you could do it, that it was fairly easy. Other people said that you couldn't do it. And some people have been here and actually given up.
And we had emailed with them and they answered our first email, but not our second email. So we were like, if there's any chance of this, we have to try and come talk to them. It's the only way.
So we drove all the way down here to talk to them, and then there was nobody to talk to.
It's a weekly ferry. And so that was crazy too, because if we weren't here today, there wouldn't be another ferry for 6 days.
And not only that, if we hadn't arrived at the time that we arrived, what happened today would not have happened.
We had been here just a tad later, there would have been no officials to talk to.
I paid for the vehicle. It was $181 just for the vehicle. And then they assigned us some seats and they allowed us to park. And not only that, they allowed us to open the door in the back, gave us some room, put us on a level spot.
Oh yeah, because we were
much.
going to be at a big angle, so they fixed that.
So we're going to be sleeping in Dauntless right here on the ferry for the next 3 days, enjoying the fjords of Chile, and we're going to show you what we see. It's pretty amazing that all of this happened.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind.
There they are, the legends. Hey guys, you made it!
Made it, and you guys made it.
Awesome, awesome. I got some really cool footage that I'm gonna have to give you. It's iPhone footage, so don't hate me, but get you some cool footage.
Red is our route. This is Caleta Yungay, and then it goes all the way down to Puerto Natales. And so look, if I stretch out my hand, I can barely stretch it. And if you compare it, that's north of Chiloé Island, is the same distance.
So is it called overlanding if you're on a boat?
And then if you look south, we have to get from Puerto Natales, I think we got to go up and over to Punta Arenas. That's where our parts are. Then we got to go down here somewhere to Ushuaia, in that general area. These are pretty cushy seats.
We get served dinner supposedly,
Yeah, just a few minutes.
and we get 3 meals a day. They park Dauntless right next to a bathroom, so that's good. And we get to sleep in Dauntless.
Best of every world.
Unreal. Such a huge blessing for us to be able to do this and for what we're about to get to see.
As we left the ferry landing at Caleta Yungay, our 3-day journey by sea began. The temperatures were cool and a dense cloud cover rolled in. In the distance, we could see mist covering the mountains and calm seas in the foreground. An incredible full rainbow filled our view, a sign of what we expected to be a magical journey to come. Our first stop that evening was the town of Tortel. The town of Tortel is pedestrian only. People get around using boardwalks. We paid for our passenger passage, $480 total. This was a pretty big sum, definitely the most expensive ferry we had experienced in Chile. The first morning waking up on the ferry, it didn't seem real that we were actually there, that we had made it on. We marveled at the scene of calm waters, still dense clouds. We were so thankful to have our own beds to sleep in. The boys got a full good night's sleep. I didn't sleep quite as well. I'm a lighter sleeper, and we were parked right next to the engine room. It was very loud, even with the earplugs that I wore. One of the highlights of the journey was getting to see a shipwreck. This is the freighter Captain Leonidas, and it was deliberately grounded in this channel as part of an insurance fraud attempt while carrying sugar from Brazil around to Chile. Seagulls swarmed the shipwreck, giving it what we thought was a cinematic feel. The captain was hoping that the ship would sink and he would get to collect the insurance money, but unfortunately for him, the ship only grounded and didn't sink all the way. Our second stop was the small town of Puerto. This is a small town, and a lot of the money that the locals make is from the tourists who stop with the ferry. We got to get out there and go to a little fair where vendors had set up with handicrafts and some delicious food, things like empanadas and pastries. The food went really quickly. On the dock, as we loaded back onto the ferry, we got to see a bunch of seaweed that was packaged up and ready for transport. The weather worsened as we went farther south. We started to see more whitecaps as we continued through the fjords in Chilean Patagonia. On day 3, the waters were calm, but it was significantly colder outside. It was raining almost constantly, yet a very cold drizzle with high winds. I went up to the deck as much as I could to take in the views. Islands all around us, with beautiful waterfalls feeding down into the water. There was a lot to think about in these quiet moments. I was reflecting on our time on the Carretera Austral, which had not turned out the way that we had planned at all, but we were still so fortunate, even with our electrical issues, to get to experience some beautiful camps. I continued to marvel at how far south we were, how close we were getting to Ushuaia, which is always such a milestone on this Pan-American highway journey. We had been at this for more than 3 years to get to this point. Arriving in Puerto Natales, we were greeted with another rainbow. Because we were expecting more rain, we had packed up Dauntless in anticipation of the ferry landing. Though it was after 7 p.m. when we arrived, it was still light outside because of how far south we were.
Wow, this has been an intense journey. So beautiful, like nowhere I've ever been before. And yeah.
Here we go. Oh, I'm so thankful we get to be the first off.
It is 7:28 p.m. on Sunday, February 2nd.
And we boarded on Friday
at 6 p.m.
The whole crew was really great.
Yeah.
Here we are in Puerto Natales.
And where are we going, Brittany?
El Brisket.
El Brisket.
We're also going to be going but a restaurant with the word brisket in the title.
To put this in perspective, we went from 47 degrees latitude down to 51, almost 52 degrees south on that ferry ride. That is a long distance.
It's a cute little town.
Yeah. Is that a spot?
No, it's a distance.
No, right here.
Oh, maybe. Okay, they are open. Here it is. Yum, yum, yum. Our food is here. Caspian really wanted ribs. I got a brisket sandwich, and Eric got a hamburger.
I think I got the biggest meal of all of us.
I think you did get the biggest meal. We're leaving dinner.
Mine was delicious.
What about yours, Brittany?
I would say it was okay. And now it is quite cold. The sun is down and we need to go make camp. And I'm glad that we're just setting up and then going to bed because that way we'll be able to warm up. Ooh, look at that.
That may have been the one that I saw.
What, Mommy?
Defender.
This is Camping Guino in Puerto Natales. All the vehicles are here on the end. It's not very level, but they've done their best to provide level spots. You can see how Dauntless is sitting up on the go treads. This is the common room here where I just filmed inside to show you kind of what the vibe is in there. A lot of backpackers, hikers, trekkers, and all that kind of stuff. And you can see how all the tent campers have like these little wood guards around them. Here's the view in the evening of Puerto Natales. There's also an exterior area there where people can use Wi-Fi and whatnot. And then, like I said, all the vehicles here on the back end. And it is cold. I'm going to bed.
Good morning from Puerto Natales. I think that's our ferry boat right there. It is quite cold here, a new kind of cold.
I am so bundled up. I've got a base layer on, mid layer on. I've got my Melanzana on, schmog on, a neck gaiter on, and a jacket on.
Eric is not a cold weather people.
Holy smokes, I'm a tropical
He's
people.
Mayan. What is he doing in Patagonia?
It's her fault.
Got lost.
We got lost in Patagonia. We just got on Route 9, which we're on for 238 kilometers all the way to Punta Arenas. That is where our part is that was sent to us by Red Arc from Australia. I don't know if it's going to be as loud on camera as it is in here, but all the windows are closed and it is really, really windy. You can't really tell by looking at the grass and everything, but I'm getting pushed all over the road. Brittany and I have been discussing what it's going to look like for us to replace the sensor and shunt of the Red Arc, which we did the last time when we were at that winery and it was really hot. This time it's really cold. And
still in Chile though.
I'm trying to figure out what that looks like because we essentially have to empty the entire back of the Jeep, and I have to take apart the goose gear and move that out so that we get access to the Manager 30. I'm thinking maybe I'll do that in shifts. So one thing at a time, and then go back inside, warm up, take a little break, come back out. And so we're thinking of getting like a little cabana or maybe an Airbnb, somewhere where we can have Dauntless right there parked next to it. Today we're going to go to Hospedaje Independencia. Eduardo, who's the owner there and the host, he went out of his way to help us and receive the DHL package on our behalf from Red Arc. He hasn't, like he physically hasn't. So we're excited about that. We're going to go see him today. Also, Brittany has a bunch of stuff she needs to do. So these are the kind of things we've been discussing and thinking about.
Have to research to see if we can find a place at the last minute. I believe we're on the Strait of Magellan, is that right?
Oh.
So we are here on the waterfront in Punta Arenas.
I am part of the Order of Magellan, just so you know, Brittany.
I did in fact know that, my love. How did you earn that?
You YouTube people don't know nothing about the Order of Magellan, except for a few of you of my sailor friends that follow us. Look it up. Order of Magellan. I've earned it twice. We just stopped. What was this place called? Estilo Magellan or something?
Yeah, restaurant Estilo Mahalano.
Right, that thing. But what I wanted to say is that I haven't had a meal that good since I can't even tell you when.
Eric had a steak and I had ajo, which is normally a Peruvian and Colombian soup.
And we didn't take any video of it, so you get to see that. But I also had some shrimp. Anyway, had a really good
Everything was good.
meal. And now we are headed to where we plan to camp for tonight and pick up our part from Red Arc.
It's funny how we have Red Arc and Red Ox.
Yeah, that's true. We have two red sponsors. Red Ox in Billings, Montana, and Red Arc in Adelaide, Australia. Both great companies and good people. The body of water you're seeing in front of us is the Strait of Magellan. Yes, that is how far south we are right now. Historical body of water that I've actually sailed through, and it's pretty awesome to see it from the roadside.
Not what I was expecting. Fine.
Do you want me to back in? Because we're all kinds of not level.
Let's talk to him first, baby.
Okay, this is Hospedaje Independencia, where Eduardo is. It has our part. Hola.
Hola.
Eduardo.
Sí.
Eric.
Brittany, un placer.
Ah, ahí está el auto, sí.
Ahí estamos.
You need to put more back, more here. Maybe coming other people.
This is our host, Eduardo. And we're not sure we're going to be able to fit because of how tall we are here. So he said, this is not a problem. I'll just cut some branches. We'll see how this works. Brittany, tell him that's probably good. There it is.
Muy importante.
Red Arc. We want to say thank you to Eduardo. Thank you to our friends Andrew at Red Arc and all the folks at Red Arc for getting this done. We're so happy to have this box. This is the busy street we're on. Here's where Dauntless is parked. That's where he cut the trees. You can see that we use our Go Treads a lot for leveling, and we are quite a bit up. You can also see how low the tire is. And before you comment on that, we lowered it for the Carretera Austral. I'm at that point where I do need to air them up now. We're gonna finish setting up camp, spend one night here. Tomorrow we'll be off to start the repair process on this system. We're leaving this little campground where we stayed. Our current situation is that we are heading to the much needed laundromat. And then Brittany has paid for a little hotel room that has parking, which is where I hope to do the repair on the Red Arc sensor. But they have this weird check-in thing.
Apparently there's no front desk at the place. So until I get a phone number or an email address, I have no way to get in contact with them.
So everything's kind of up in the air, but it's a sunny day, which is nice. Look at this mound of laundry. Brittany looks like Santa Claus.
Okay, so the situation is they're really nice, but there's two options. If I wash the clothes, it's $30.
Okay.
If they wash the clothes, it's $54.
So 24 more.
No. Yeah. Yes. $24 more. Either one is a ton of money for laundry. So I'm going to do the laundry.
Since Brittany decided to do the laundry on her own, she's like, I'm just going to be here for a while. Do you and Caspian want to go and hang out? So Caspian and I are going to take off and go do something. It's always dangerous when mommy leaves Caspian and daddy alone.
That is very true.
Found a little parking space right here along the street. Gonna go walk around with Caspian a little bit. Caspian, where are we going?
I have no clue.
Why? Let's go this way.
Because you didn't tell me.
I didn't tell you.
No, you didn't.
What usually happens when you and daddy are left alone?
Something crazy. Crazily fun, at least.
Caspian, look at this place. What is it called?
La Chocolata?
Wow. We came in here,
The El Chocolate.
La Chocolata, and then you came in here like a bull through a china shop, knocking people down. And now what happened?
Daddy ordered something that he wouldn't let me see.
You didn't get to pick what we have?
No.
Not at all. Are you sad about that?
A little.
You think daddy's going to disappoint you?
It's possible because you've done it a few times. Normally you don't, but sometimes you have.
Guess we'll have to wait and see. Are you disappointed?
No.
Well, that was a successful outing. Caspian and I really enjoyed that. Right, Caspian?
I like the ice cream and I like the vanilla and I like the whipped cream and the M&Ms.
All right. Well, now we are going to a hardware store to see if we can find a lithium battery charger. We're not hopeful, but you never know. Punta Arenas is a larger city, so maybe they'll have one at a place called Recasur. Now, we've been to a smaller Recasur in a different city, but we didn't find it. So hopefully today will be the ticket. We'll see. We went to the first Recasur and they told us that they don't have it, but they have a duty-free Recasur, which might actually have it. We shall see. Oh, this is big. And if these people don't have any, nobody got it. We were unsuccessful in locating a lithium battery charger, and we've been to all the big places, but we came to this place called Mechanic Shop. Caspian, we got here just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
What did we pick up?
This thing.
Some oil for Dauntless.
A keychain and a sticker. This is my keychain that I got, and I put the sticker on the back of my tablet.
So it wasn't a wasted day, plus we had some good time with our hot chocolate and our banana split.
It was fun.
All right, let's go get mommy. It's crazy the things that you do to get things. It's a whole lot.
What do you mean?
Because we do a lot of stuff, baby, that most people don't do. I know you're used to it, but most people don't do what we do, my love.
I have never done that much laundry at one time in my life. I took up 3 full washing machines and they were probably a little too full, but I am hungry because it's past 1.
Caspian and I are starving, right, Caspian? Wink, wink.
Not at all.
I heard a little something about this.
Update, Brittany.
Check-in at our hotel has been a mess, and apparently there is some kind of reception, even though online it says there isn't, and you have to contact them ahead of time. So we're just gonna drive over there and see what's going on. Wow, so pretty. What a beautiful square.
Yeah, you need to come back here and check that out. That's really cool. This is the cabin area that we got for me to do the work on the Red Arc. As you can see, I've popped the tent. Our battery has dropped to 11.8 this morning, so just in time. And Brittany took the time to empty everything out yesterday evening. It's 34 degrees out, so it's a little cold. There's our battery back there. It's got our box from Red Arc. And I've got my tool rolls from Adventure Tool Company set out. All my tools. I've got to come in here. I've got to remove this goose gear cabinet and pull it out. because the Manager 30 is underneath here. So I'm going to remove that panel. I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to remove this bulkhead panel. That's going to give me access to everything that needs to be replaced. Put in the replacement part, and hopefully everything will be firing once again. The update, it's still really cold outside. I've got my tools out. I've got the goose gear cabinet pulled back. I've got the utility cabinet taken out. That's the shunt over there that I'm trying to take out. There's the battery, and the Manager 30 is down here. If you'll remember, we had to do a workaround. That's this cable and this cable that have been running the solar panel off the hood, giving a little bit of power to our lithium battery. I'm going to take these off completely, tape those off, and have them as a redundant system should the system go down again.
While Eric is working on the Jeep outside today, I am working on our taxes and our bookkeeping for 2024. I'm behind more than I usually am. Meanwhile, Caspian makes friends wherever he goes, and we have some neighbors from Germany, and they are playing together this morning.
It's been a long day. Eric has been working so hard on not only the electrical project, but a bunch of other things on the Jeep. I decided to get some fresh air. Caspian wanted to go to this park, so take a look at Parque de los Dinosaurios. Park of the Dinosaurs. You can see why. Caspian immediately made friends. And you can see the city of Punta Arenas and the waterfront here. It's a great city. I would love to spend a couple weeks here. Caspian and I are just down the waterfront from where we were at the park. We're looking at this striking monument, which is here to commemorate in 1843 when Chile took possession of the Strait of Magellan, which again is this body of water right here.
What a day. I got up at 9 o'clock this morning and I started working on our red arc system, replacing the shunt, and it is 6:30 and we just finished putting Dauntless back together. We got them about 98% operational. So everything's working with the exception of our inverter, and we think it's an issue with the inverter.
So we can turn it on manually, but we have to go in a cabinet every time we want to turn it off and on, which is an inconvenience. I'm thankful it works.
Yes.
No complaints.
And Brittany is starving because it's 6:30 and she hasn't eaten, and so now we're off to dinner and then we're gonna get some rest. My back is killing me, my knees are killing me, and it's been quite a day. We're leaving our little enclosure to go do some exploring this afternoon now that the red arc system is fully back online. Also, it's good to run the Jeep because the alternator is charging our battery. We need to get it back up to 100%. So now we're gonna go exploring a little bit.
We are arriving at a museum called Victoria, and there is a replica of Ferdinand Magellan's ship, the Victoria, and I believe a replica of the HMS Beagle, Darwin's ship. I'm excited.
Do you see them?
Mm-hmm.
I see them. They're hard to miss.
I'm asking the people on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Ready. This looks familiar.
What's that?
The map of Chile.
It doesn't even go to Santiago, it goes to Puerto Montt. That's how big Chile is.
Yeah.
Move this way. Stand right there. This is called chainmail.
I know chainmail.
Wow.
Hold on, we're not done yet. Helmet. You got your sword. Caspian Magellan, explorer of the world. Think you could fight in that, or is it a little too heavy?
I can fight in it.
You think so? Okay.
Maybe.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
Yes, you have my permission. This is a replica of Magellan's ship, the Victoria. That was the first ship to circumnavigate the world. Not with Magellan, who was killed in the Philippines, but with his crew and his ship. Hard to imagine.
What do you think?
I think I'm too tall to be on a ship. That was super creepy. Can't even imagine. It would be so smelly. I would have scurvy. My teeth would be falling out. It's not a pretty picture. We're enjoying learning about Magellan's journey, and there's a really cool infographic here that talks about what happened to his 243 crew members. It said 1 was lost, 142 died, 58 deserted, 30 returned to Spain, but only 17 with Elcano, who was the person who took over when Magellan died, and then 12 stayed en route. So out of 243, only 17 made it back with the ship.
Which means that 17 people circumnavigated the globe, one of which was not Magellan.
Right, exactly. But we don't know their names.
Are you navigating the Strait of Magellan, Caspian? Yeah. Let's see your Strait of Magellan face.
Whew, that was really cool. We saw replicas of Magellan's ship,
Me and Armor,
the HMS Beagle of Darwin, and the James Caird, which is the tiny boat that Shackleton took to get help, to get rescue for his men. It's really cold and windy, but it adds to the authenticity of seeing these ships to realize what life would be like on them.
Now we are heading back to the warmth of Dauntless, and that was fun. Cold, but fun. So what's the plan now?
Before dinner, we'll go out again, but on foot. It's our final day in Punta Arenas, and we wanted to see Plaza de las Armas before we go, because we drove past and it was beautiful. So we're here to take a closer look.
In the center of the Plaza de Armas, of course, a tribute to Ferdinand Magellan, Tierra del Fuego, and his ship, the Victoria.
It says he left Spain September 27th, 1519, and he entered what became the Strait of Magellan on November 1st of 1520. And then he died, April 27th, 1521. We are just loving the architecture here on the Plaza de las Armas. Everything dates back to the late 1800s or the early 1900s, and it is just beautiful. Look at that.
3 nights?
3 nights at Mahayanic Rustic Suites. They've done a really nice thing here.
And these are our hosts over here on the right. This is Sarah and Rodrigo. They've been super, super kind.
Gracias. Thank you guys.
Gracias. We are going to get some fuel, some groceries, and then head off to an island where we hope to camp tonight. We just picked up our groceries, and here we go.
To the end of the world.
El fin del mundo.
El fin del mundo.
This is the big push south. We don't have much of that left, right, babe?
Nope. After this, we're not going south again for a long time.
Ahead of us, you can see the Strait of Magellan. Punta Arenas is the famous location where the survivors from Ernest Shackleton's adventure were brought back after they were rescued off Elephant Island. And we just finished reading the book too, so called Endurance. It's really cool to be in the place where the survivors came back. We're going to be going along the strait as we head around towards Tierra del Fuego. It's a good question. Why do they call it Tierra del Fuego? I mean, it's cold.
I'm guessing there's a long history to it.
I'm guessing they make a lot of fires down there.
Right.
Ruta del fin del mundo. The route of the end of the world. This is it, Brittany. Our turn to Tierra del Fuego.
Crazy.
Continue on Route 255 for 102 kilometers.
Clouds are beautiful and dramatic. Long stretch here. Who would have thought that we'd be driving to the end of the world, Brittany?
We're starting to see Guanacos by the road.
It's so cool. This is our turn towards Punta Delgada, which is where we hope to catch our ferry. Looks like we're coming up on it, and there's a ton of trucks waiting in line. We'll get in this lane to see what's what. We're 7th in line.
Woohoo!
So we'll be on the next ferry. We are getting on board the ferry to go across the Strait of Magellan aboard the Pionero. So we waited an hour before boarding the ferry. This is the inside of the ferry. I just came in so that I can do what's called cancelar, which means to pay. It's 20,500 pesos Chilean for the ferry, which is $20. They really pack the ferries, as you can imagine. Big rigs, autos. It's a very short ferry because it's at a very narrow portion.
This is a tight ferry.
Yeah, it is. So it looked like a 40-minute ferry, roughly, or maybe a little bit less. here's where we pass. Now we have about a 33-minute drive to where we plan to camp in Cerro Sombrero. So he said, I do have to go to the visitor center, but he said it's by the entrance to the town. And I said, I don't know where that is. And he said, follow me, I'll take you there.
Oh,
He's a really cool guy.
so nice.
Is he the one in the red truck?
Yeah. Super nice guy, Ignacio. Led us through the town here to the Información Turística so that we can park in that municipal campground. From what I understand, it's free. He said, yep, it's absolutely free. We're gonna head down there, get set up, call it a day. It's been about a 6-hour day today in Dauntless. And this is the alternate way to get down there.
It's really pretty. Man, you gotta want this. Where are we?
Municipal camping, Cerro Sombrero. This is a really cool campground and I can't believe it's free. Caspian has found a place to scoot. He's got a playground. You can see it right here. We even have wind blocks. The only thing it doesn't have is power. We seriously cannot complain about this campground, can we, Caspian?
Except that there's no power.
It's all right. We're not going to complain about that. You guys, this is it. This is our final campground before we make our way to the farthest point south on our entire world journey. In our next video, we're going to take you across the border from Chile back into Argentina, and then we'll make our drive to one of the most iconic overlanding destinations on the entire planet, the famous entrance to the city of Ushuaia at the bottom of the world. And of course, Brittany's going to make a dash to take a polar plunge to celebrate this milestone of making it to the end of the world, and you're not going to want to miss this video, so this is your reminder. Subscribe to the channel. Join us on this epic adventure, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you get notified when our next video goes up. And if you guys really like what we're about, want to go behind the scenes with us, you can. Join us on our Patreon. We do all kinds of things with our patrons. We regularly share live video from all over the world, answer real-time questions, help people with their overland builds, and hold live interactive calls on Zoom, and so much more. You guys, we have a lot of fun with our patrons, so we hope you'll join us. We hope you've enjoyed this section of our journey around the world, and we thank you for being part of it. Stay tuned for the outtakes, and until next time, we will see you in the next video. We're on a boat.
We are on a boat and you need to look right there.
Where do we pay?
Up there at the ticket office by the Emperor Penguin.
Oh. Following the red, cut the red, the red.
Permission to come aboard, Captain? Brittany.
Wow. Fancy. Fancy, fancy.
Sword? You get video or audio? Photo?